Here are 4 ways to help you bond with your puppy. First, let's talk about why do you even want to bond with your puppy? Aren't they supposed to just be a family dog right away and settle into the household? So why would you really want to put the effort into bonding with your puppy, and what are some of the benefits? Well, the first thing I'll say is that for hundreds of years, dogs have been bred with specific instincts to be paired with a human, for that human to teach them when to use those instincts and when not to. So if you don't bond with your puppy and teach them the whens and the hows and the whys, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble with their instincts. So that's probably a pretty good why. But what are the benefits to that? For me, it's companionship. And I think for a lot of you, that's why you got a puppy in the first place. But then you're hit with all the puppy realizations, everything that comes with a puppy. The chewing, the biting, the pottying, all of that stuff. So I'm just here to tell you that I want a companion in my dog too. Someone to be there for me and I'm there for him. But first you have to raise your puppy. And to do that, it's about 8 weeks old, the time you get your puppy, till they're about 2 years old, when they're a mature adult. And then you start to look at them as a companion. First, you have to raise them. So those benefits, they don't necessarily come in right away. Now, I won't talk about some of the other things it might teach you, like to be better organized, to create a schedule, to learn your own emotional discipline or impulse control. Those are some of the real benefits of it, but it's fun too, right? Getting to play with your puppy, watching them grow, change, experience the world, be social, those are all benefits. But just remember, it's all about you raising an animal to be an adult and to be that companion that you're really hoping for. But you gotta put the work in first. So let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about the 4 different ways I mentioned. There's 100 ways, but we'll just talk about 4. The first one is what I like to call the relationship game. So I think this is the easiest way for you to do it is every morning, I can hold my coffee in my robe and do this. I can have my morning kibble for my puppy or whatever you feed your puppy. If you use some type of wet food, use the wet food. And you're just gonna walk around your house or your kitchen area and you're gonna say the puppy's name, come, good, handful of food. Walk a few more steps. Come, food, you're half asleep, totally fine. And when you wake up a little bit, maybe move backwards, several steps backwards. Puppy, come, yeah, food. Then you layer on a sit. A few days later, puppy, come, good, sit, break. Ooh, now we got a release word, or whatever you want to use. Release your puppy to the food. A few days later, you're putting the food on the ground, and you're clear across the room. And when they eat up all their little kibble pieces, puppy, come, yay, sit, good, break. So you have all these little steps. And what are you nurturing? Your puppy following you around for food. But it's not that simple. You're creating muscle memory where when you move backwards, your puppy is in follower mode and then they get rewarded every time, even if they're stuck to you like glue. They're creating this muscle memory of following you around and then you associate it with their name and come, and it's a reward for them. You do that every day for the first month that you have your puppy, and then when you start to do recall in the backyard, the come command, recall is come. You go in the backyard, you go to the park, you're in all these situations where you get your puppy's attention. It'll be so much easier for your puppy to do that because of the muscle memory and because of how fun it is to just follow you around. Okay, so I've got that one, but what about the next one? I also want to teach the puppy to be stationary. So number 2 is teaching place. And you can do this with a really young puppy on a low dog bed or get a cot, maybe take the legs off so it's not too high up. But you're already using food and luring your puppy onto place. Some people like to say go to your bed or go to your mat. We use place, good, give the food. And then within a few days, place, sit, give food. And then very quickly, you teach your puppy to stay in that spot using spatial pressure. So instead of running backwards with this soft demeanor, you stand up straight, face your dog. You can work on stay if you want to, but really you just hold your dog steady right in front of you. Good, food. Pause, 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 pause. Maybe they try to step off, block with food. Good, food, get their attention, and build up their stay. So you're teaching two things: when to follow you, move when I move, when to follow you, and when not to follow you. And the best way to teach that is using place. Those are kind of fancier, but basically it's come and place and stay. But in the dog's brain, it's follower mode or don't follow me. That's what your dog is thinking. Go ahead and work with that with your puppy right away. Okay, so those are the two basic obedience drills that you can do. One of my favorite things to do with puppies is I save 2, 3, 4, 5 Amazon boxes, and I start putting food in the Amazon boxes. And this builds resiliency. Not only is it a fun game, but it builds resiliency. You might need to make it really easy at first, like the box is tipped over and he just barely has to step on the cardboard to get a piece of food. And before you know it, your puppy is crashing into the boxes to get their whole entire meal that you just threw in a bunch of boxes in the corner, okay? It builds resiliency. It's scary to step on it. It makes that noise, you know, that box noise when they touch it. They have to crawl into something, which again is something you might have to work up to. You want a resilient dog that can handle traffic noises, dogs barking, planes overhead. So you want to do fun exercises to build resiliency. And this is the least expensive, well, I guess that depends on what you buy on Amazon, but you're recycling the boxes, so it's the least expensive game that you can play with your puppy. Okay, last one is let's talk about cuddling. When can you cuddle your puppy? Well, I don't like to look at it as cuddling. I like to look at it as handling. My favorite time to do this is at the end of the night, I'll be honest, as long as my puppy's not cranky. But you can try different times of the day where you pick up your puppy and put them in your lap. Or if you have a really large breed puppy, you might already need to be in the floor, and you pull them into your lap. You have them expose their belly, you rub their belly, and yes, you're technically cuddling them, but it's for a purpose. So you rub their belly and they're loving it. You're going slow with your hands because petting creates stimulation. So if you go fast and if you go for the head or the ears right away, you're likely to get mouthing. So I want you to look at this as soothing night massage and belly rubs. So you're going really slow, really easy. You can talk to your puppy, I don't mind that, but it's not excitement based. Stop using so much excitement with your puppies at home. Calm, confident. I might sound like good boy, good puppy. That might be what I sound like if I'm gonna talk to my puppy while I do this, but you do your belly rubs, then you go and you hold a paw for just a second. And then belly rubs, massage, scratchies, then I go to the tail. Then if the puppy's doing good, I'll check an ear, right? And then I might do a little bit of physical handling, maybe show the teeth so the puppy just gets used to being touched. And I'm mixing it with calm massage or scratches. It has a very different effect on their brain than that flat-handed petting. And so that's why I would suggest doing it that way, at least 3 to 5 minutes every night. So even though we talk about all the time how you shouldn't spoil your puppies, I'm telling you to go cuddle your puppy 3 to 5 minutes every evening. But it is with purpose, okay? It's handling. And honestly, I love it because you get to know your puppy so much. So, okay, what do I mean by that? So I might do a belly rub and they're good with the feet and they're good with the ears, but maybe the tail area, the rear end area, and the teeth, I feel their body tense up. And so then I relax and I know I need to do some food work with that and I need to focus on that more. And I do something that's easy for them, then I go back to something hard and they start to relax into it. That's bonding, guys. You're working your puppy through an uncomfortable, difficult moment. So they're building trust in you. And I'm not trying to over-romanticize this, but why did you get a puppy in the first place if it wasn't to get to know your puppy, okay? So anyway, that's one of my favorite things to do. If you would like more information on all of this good stuff, we have a very extensive program on thepuppyacademy.com. Just click the online link and you'll see all of the steps that we have to go through for you and your puppy. We have endless video content and we even answer questions live that you can be a part of. It's a very thorough program. So again, if you'd like to check that out, thepuppyacademy.com.